Hi Room 11 friends, it's me, Mrs. Pauletti, coming to you live from, you guessed it, my house. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. We hope you're doing well. We hope that you're adjusting to your new routines, and we wanted to let you know that we're thinking about all of you, and we miss you all very, very much. So anyways, I thought I would share a little bit about what I've been up to the past few days with my kids. Yesterday we had fun writing St. Patrick's Day cards to our family, and Ethan had a good time looking up some St. Patrick's Day jokes, which he wanted me to share with you. The first one is, what do you call a big Irish spider? Paddy Longlegs. And how about this one? What's a leprechaun's favorite music? Sham rock. Get it? Today we watched a video by author Mo Willems, who showed us a step-by-step drawing of how to draw one of his famous characters, Pigeon. We also read this book, The Pigeon Finds a Hot Dog, and drew our own pigeon. There's my pigeon. As you can see, I'm not an art teacher, probably a good reason why, but I had a really good time doing it, and it was a great way to spend some time with the family. So I'm going to read you a book tonight. This one again was chosen by Ethan, also a second grader. It's called Stop That Pickle. It was lunchtime when Miss Elmira Deeds waddled into Mr. Adolph's deli. I would like a pickle, please, she said. Why, certainly, said Mr. Adolph, wiping his hands. He unscrewed the lid on the giant pickle jar and looked inside. There was only one fat pickle left floating in the brine. Mr. Adolph tried to spear the pickle with a long fork, but each time he did, the pickle swam to the other side of the jar. This pickle did not want to be eaten. Mr. Adolph was rather embarrassed by this turn of events, and he began to dig around in a drawer for some tongs. As he was doing this, the pickle climbed out of the jar on his little green legs, darted across the counter, and ran out the door. Eek! Said Miss Elmira Deeds. No one had ever seen a pickle move quite so fast. Stop that pickle! Shouted Mr. Adolph, giving chase. Down the street ran the pickle. Mr. Adolph quickly pooped out and had to sit down on the curb. Reclining on a nearby plate, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich heard the alarm and leapt up. Everyone knows that a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is not the fastest sandwich in the world, but it does have great endurance. The sandwich chugged after the pickle. Stop that pickle, it shouted. As the pickle and the peanut butter and jelly sandwich passed a bake shop, a fat braided pretzel climbed down from the counter and stumbled into the street. It ran a few steps behind the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, scattering sesame seeds as it went. Stop that pickle, cried the pretzel. Enjoying the sun on a nearby tree, a lovely green pippin apple heard the pretzel's cry and shook itself loose to join the chase. It rolled down every hill it could. A crowd of toasted almonds, 17 of them, came skittering down the street. Where they came from is anybody's guess. Stop that pickle, they peeped with their little almond voices. A scurrying crowd of raisins and a cake donut came right behind. The last to join the parade were a cool bottle of grape juice and an elegant vanilla ice cream cone sprinkled with chocolate. They all just had one thing to say. Stop that pickle! But the pickle was too fast for them all. He had a great time zigging and zagging and thumbing his green pickle nose at his pursuers. Sometimes he would stop and read the newspaper to give them a chance to catch up. They were the slowest food he'd ever seen. On and on went the chase. It seemed that it would never end when, Around the corner, the pickle collided with a young boy. Stunned, the pickle lay there. The collision had knocked the wind out of him. Quickly, all of his pursuers gathered around. "You've caught the pickle," they all cried to the boy. "What should I do with him?" he asked. "Why, eat him, of course," they shouted. They were all a bit beside themselves. "He's just a silly pickle." Now, it just so happened that the boy had been playing hard all morning long and somehow had misplaced his lunchbox. He was terribly hungry. He looked at the pickle, who immediately began to cry big, briny tears. The boy had a better idea. He ate the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, the fat braided pretzel, the lovely green pippin apple, the 17 toasted almonds, the handful of raisins, the cake donut, and drank the bottle of grape juice. Finally, he polished off the ice cream cone. The only thing left was the pickle. The boy looked at the pickle and shook his head. Who ever heard of eating a pickle after ice cream? Stop that pickle! Anyway, that's a story that we like in the Pauletti household. I hope you enjoyed it. Did it remind you of another story you have read in 2nd grade? If you were thinking The Gingerbread Man, you are correct. So that's it from me today. Myself or Mrs. Sherman will be checking back in again very soon. Please feel free to email us or tweet us. Let us know how you're doing, how you're spending your time. And again, we hope everybody is doing well. Be good to each other. Be good to your parents and your brothers and sisters, of course. Have a great evening. Good night.